this is Turd Snerdly, a legal lawyer for Uncle Arty's Modern Girl of Stupidity. Unfortunately, Uncle Arty has hired me to read this book called The Frauditor's Handbook, How to Suck at Life by Hezokuai Jenkins. Well, it's the digital version, and it sucks so much because it's a Frauditor's Handbook that it's messing everything up on the screen. Excuse you. Hold on. I need to put my glasses on. This time we're going to be going over the third to the last chapter, or 2 chapters before the end of the book. And it's called the Sovereign Citizen Connection. Because this can get boring, I'm going to be speed reading this stuff. Used to refer to frauditors as sovereign citizens light. This was part to the fact that sovereign citizens escalate their police encounters into violence, frequently ending with their car windows being smashed, tasings, and physically dragged out of their automobiles. Oh, personal conveyances or their craft or their vehicles. They're not automobiles, they're not driving. Anyways, this is why it is a great importance to always approach your prey on foot. There are videos of soft-sits engaging in some behavior as biting a cop when they reach for him, and there is even a video floating around the internet of soft-sits murdering a police officer over a simple traffic stop. Hopefully they got the death penalty. As a frauditor, you must never engage in any form of violence, beyond the occasional pepper spraying of a random citizen, or sweeping a leg if you're Glenda Cereal. Polly Audis' sister, wife, illustrated by assaulting a woman who asked her to leave her business and is, as of this writing, still in jail. Hopefully she stays in there forever. YouTube will not allow me, under the community guidelines, to say what I really want to say about this nasty thing, and what should really happen to— oh no, I'm really messing up tonight. Anyways, the violence that exists is a proper frauded video. Must be applied through your commentary and false narrative building. Your video should always maintain the prayers that it is the police or private citizen committing the violence against you, never the other way around. Unless you're off camera, we know how you are. So what does any of this have to do with the sovereign citizen movement, you may ask? Well, a great deal of what is considered a proper fraud originated within the soft-sit script. Will be, but was covered by me in the previous chapter called How to Act in Court. Section of this handbook. Fuck you. Hezokaui tried to mess me up. And fuck your kid for trying to finish this book before I could. Ha ha ha. I'm going from back to front while you're going front back. Ooh, look at you. Going all proper on it. Yeah, screw you. I'll hate me as your corpus before you can even do a writ vinti or whatever it is. Deploribus uranium. Cut this in your cerebro. Ha ha. A standard sovereign citizen technique that is a must for any successful fraud is to argue issues that should be saved for court with the police that arrive on the scene. For example, if a soft-sit is pulled over for speeding, they may argue the accuracy of the police officer's radar or the legitimacy of the speed limit in of itself, keeping police officers from their duties and wasting as much time with the officer as possible. Similarly, if you, as a frauditor, are trespassed from a given location, instead of leaving, you should stay within the given location as long as possible, arguing the legality of the trespass itself with the officer when he or she arrives. This will have the same outcome of keeping the officer from their duties and wasting their time. Another tactic borrowed from the soft-sit philosophy that is applicable in most of the United States is the only law that all local ordinances and state laws, by the way of their existence, is a violation of the Constitution. To make this work, you must completely ignore the 10th Amendment and, under no circumstances, even acknowledge its existence. Similarly, if you choose to add the freedom of religion portion to the First Amendment to your repertoire. I know it's repertoire, I'm just going crazy on it with the word repertory. See? There's that. Here, take my word for it. Here, repertory. See, you can read it this way. See, read it. Read it right there. Repertory, right there. Jackass. Oh, I can read it this way. It's not upside down. You may think that's upside down, but watch. When I flip it over, it's not there. So my repertory is good. You must completely ignore Romans 13, which states, let every man be subject to the governing authorities. Another standard soft-sit tactic that is almost essential to every fraud is to be purposely, quote, inapplicable laws completely out of context. There is no need to actually understand any established case law. Simply pick up whatever you can from watching other frauditor videos or do a quick Google search for a list of important court cases. Federal Supreme Court cases specifically seem to be very popular amongst the elite of both the frauding and soft-sit communities. Delete laws. In the same way, the Constitution supposedly gives soft-sits the right to drive without a driver's license. They're not driving, they're traveling. They're not engaging in commerce. Gives soft-sits the right to drive without a license. It does not say, well, it does not. So also, it gives frauditors the right, as long as they're holding camera when they do it, which also does not. Well, whatever. Well, that's the end of that chapter. I've got more to read, but you know what? I think I'm going to go protest her and go see if I can piss in Uncle Arty's drink before he drinks again. He's never caught on. Anyways, well, if you're keeping a criminal and still trying to compete with me closing this thing or trying to complete the back of the book before I get to the front, fuck you, Hezekiah and frauditors and everybody else. Have a shitty day, jackasses.